Here's why the actions you take in the next 9 to 12 months could make or break your future. The bull run for 2025 is coming up fast. I wanted to cover some ideas today on what you can do to make sure that you take advantage of what's coming. I know I didn't know about the last bull run until I was well into it when I started getting into crypto. And for those of you who are out there who've seen crypto, weren't sure what to do with it, or scared of it, or just not sure how to get involved, but I want to stress to you that the bull run is coming. And whether you agree with it or not, whether it's coming in 2025, that's more than likely when it's going to come. If there's a chance that it could come earlier, in 2024, some think it could start this year. I think we'll see like a gain in the market and a loss in the market, recovery, stuff like that. I think there's a lot of things that, point people to think that there's a bull run coming, but actually it's just like a market recovery, and then we'll probably get some lower prices coming up again. Now, the method that I'm taking personally for this next bull run is DCA. That's the name of my channel. This is a strategy that I believe in. I think is going to do really well. I wish I would have followed it better in the last bull run, but those who did reap the rewards. And I want to stress this as much as possible to make sure that you're sticking some money in every time there's a correction or dip in the market. Every week if possible, every month definitely if possible. And if there's any way that you can get your income up, a few $100s or so a month, it greatly would help your chances at seeing a six-figure profit in 2025. Now, the best thing you could be doing is trying to get a couple $100s a week if possible to invest, and $500 to $1,000 a month is really the goal that you should be trying to make, because on average you're going to see a 10x return on your investment if you're putting in the safer, larger cap coins. Not talking about Ethereum. We may possibly see a 10x on Ethereum from here, but it's not that likely. But some of your other big tokens like Solana and Polygon and Mana and possibly Theta, some of the other ones that are out there. There's a lot of them. That ADA is another good project. They're good projects, and they did well last bull run. They're likely to do at least a 10x from here in the next one. Now, there are some riskier plays that could easily do 25x, 50x, 100x, but you just don't know. Those are the ones that you're going to gamble in. You could throw a few $100s total in some of those, but as a small percentage of your portfolio. So the ones I'm talking about are the safer, larger cap coins. Obviously, this is crypto and anything can happen. Some tokens can go to zero, and you just don't know what's going to happen. We had the Luna collapse last year, and FTX collapsed with that exchange and brought down a bunch of tokens with it. And you just need to be careful. And what I wanted to stress to you guys is the best way, the safest way to try to make profits in 2025. And that's a strategy that I'm using. Whether you choose to use it or not is on you. And which tokens you choose to buy is on you. I'm just going to share what I'm buying, and you decide what you want to do. But my strategy is to keep dollar cost averaging into these tokens like Quant and Solana, and I probably want to pick up some Polygon. I don't have any yet. And some people are going into XRP. That's fine. XRP could do a 10x from where it's at, depending on how it does with the lawsuit. That's the only reason why I haven't really dipped into XRP, because I don't know how the lawsuit's going to turn out and how it's going to affect the token. I'm trying to put my money in safer bets. Now, I think once the lawsuit is over, XRP could do well either way, no matter whether they win or lose, whether there's settlement or whether they win the case. I think it'll still do well, but I just don't want to put any money in that at this point. I may at some point later on. But I wanted to get you thinking about what you could do to try to get your income up and just see if there's any way you can cut expenses, like cut out Starbucks or fast food, try to make some meals at home. I know me personally, for lunch at work, I just eat like hot dogs, and I that's pretty much what I have for lunch. It costs me like $1 something for lunch. So that I used to eat out for lunch all the time with my buddies at work, and I've caught a huge uh, cut down my expenses in a great way on what I'm spending on lunch. And just going out to eat now, I mean, for me and my wife to go out to eat, it's ridiculous. It's like $30 at least for two of us just to eat a meal at like a sub or chicken place or something. Nothing even sitting in eating. It's just takeout. It's ridiculous. But inflation is catching up with us, guys, and I don't know what you want to do about it. But if you keep working your job and don't invest money into something, you're going to keep going backwards. I know that, like, I used to pay, I buy the cheap hot dog buns and hamburger buns for my kids and us for meals, and I used to pay like 88 cents for a pack of buns at Walmart. Now they're $1.38. That's within the last year. So the dollar store is now $1.25 store, and last year it was a dollar store. Everything was $1. Now it's $1.25. Now they're throwing in $3 and $5 items in the dollar store. So inflation is catching up to us. Gas a couple years ago was $2 and something. Now it's over $3, and it's probably going to continue to get higher and higher. The price of a new vehicle now is, I mean, it's absolutely insane for a new vehicle. A new boat, I mean, you're going to pay like 20 to, for a cheap boat, you're going to pay 20 grand for a cheap boat. And then, most boats are over $40,000-$50,000 now, easily. I know a lot of people are paying like $100,000 for their rig. It's insane. A new truck, $60,000 to $70,000. Minivan, $40,000 to $60,000. It's ridiculous, guys. The only way you're going to have any money in the future is if you start putting in something now. So this is the only vehicle that I can see in trying to catch up to this madness and try to provide a life for my family. And hopefully it continues. We may or may not get any more bull runs after this. 2029, I think, may be the last one. If we get some regulation and the big corporations jump in and start investing in these projects, they're going to start buying all these good tokens up, like Bitcoin and Ethereum and some of these other ones, probably like Quant and a bunch of the other larger cap projects. I think will do well, like Solana and Polygon and them. But once they get in, guys, and regulation comes in, you're not going to be buying any of these tokens at these prices. It's just not going to happen. There's always going to be these shit coins out there that you can gamble with, but that's a risky play, and I don't like doing that. I'll throw a few $100s in like 5 or 6 of them to see how they do, but I'm not going to dump a large percentage of my portfolio in some of these coins. And a lot of these, tokens that are riskier plays, sometimes you can make a quick buck on them, but other times you can lose. So if it's already pumped, you really don't want to jump in because it's too high of a risk that you lose your money. So I wanted to go over that with you guys. I want to take a look at some charts here. So I'm going to go on to some charts and see what you think about that and try to show you what my plan is and where we're going from here. I want to take a look at Ethereum here, just kind of give you an example of what these tokens can do. This is back in 2017. We had Ethereum for $200 to $300 here. Could have been buying it. And in 2016, $8 to $10, and then got all the way up to like almost $1,300 here in that bull run back in 2018. And then it came correcting down. And then we got last bull run in 2019 and 2020. 2019 is kind of like what 2023 is right now, where you could have been picking this Ethereum up for $100 and $200 this whole time, accumulating in here and basically stacking up your bag, and then it shoots all the way up to almost $5,000. So if you would have been accumulating in here let's say that you had bought one Ethereum, you know, every week, accumulating in here. So if you accumulated like 40 Ethereum during this time period, you would have had like one whole year and year and a half approximately to accumulate back in here. You could have accumulated 40 to 50 Ethereum buying like 3 or 4 a month. And then if you would had that at, even if you sold it at $4,000, you're looking at $150,000 to $200,000 just from that one investment. So that's how you take advantage of the power of these accumulation markets. Right now, we're kind of in an accumulation phase. Now we're jumped up to $2,000. We may get a correction down to $1,500, even $1,200 in some cases. You just don't know what the market's going to do. As you can see here, we had big jump up to, we're down in $385 after this bull market, and then it jumped up to almost $800 and then came back down and corrected again. I think we're past probably a lot of this now, but you could see some of these little peaks and then some corrections like you're seeing here. So if you look at quant, so you got quant pulled up here. Now you're looking at $113 a quant price. What was Ethereum back here? A little more than that, $100 and some. And I think, if you look at the obviously Ethereum's another number 2 coin. So if you're looking at the I don't see if they got the circulating supply here for Ethereum, 120 million. Well, Quant's circulating supply is like 14 million. So it's like a tenth of what Ethereum is. And so the potential for the price could be really huge. You just never know what it could do. So Ethereum, if it was down to $100 and some, and then it shoots up to 4,000. What if Quant does that? What if you're accumulating Quant right now and you got all this, it was down to $40 here at one point, but it got up to $208, $210 here at one point. And I think it was a little higher than that. Yeah, $208. But now you're in accumulation phase. It's been right around $100 to $120 recently. So if you're picking this up and just accumulating this, if you try to buy like a couple of these a month, if you can get one every other week or something, and then put some money into some other tokens like Solana or Polkadot, you could see the same thing. That was a 40x from Ethereum, just about 20 to 40x, depending on what price you bought it at. And you could easily be seeing that with Quant. So these are the things that I'm talking about with accumulating these tokens. Let's look at Solana here. Solana had like a really huge bull run and was all the way up to $250. You could have been accumulating it back here at basically the prices you're accumulating it at now, or even less in some cases. And at one point it was $1 something back in here in 2020, and then shoots all the way up to $250 in the next bull run. Well, now you're getting it for around $20, and it could easily hit 400 to 500 in the next bull run. Obviously, no guarantee, but I'm buying them up because I want to have the best chance possible at hitting 6 figures in the next bull run. Same with Polkadot here. Let's look at Polkadot. You could have been buying Polkadot at around $4 or $5. It shot up to $40, and then you had a correction here, and then shot up to $50 later on. And these are why you want to take profits, guys, in this bull market, because you just don't know when it's going to crash down like this. If you sold, that was a 10x on your money. If you sold like half of your Polkadot at $40, then it crashes back down to, $14, $12. You buy back in, and you can ride it we could have rode it back up to $50 again, or $40 again and sold, because you're not going to ever hit the peaks like this. But that's why around 10x from my investment, I'm going to start dumping my coins, because you just don't know what they're going to do. You want to take profits. And 10x, if you sell at least 25% of your tokens at 10x, you're already more than doubled your money. And may not be a bad idea to sell half of them, because you just never know what it's going to do. You can't time the market. Let's see what Chainlink did. All time. So he could have been accumulating Chainlink back here in 2020 for $2-3, and then boom, jumps up, and then you get a little correction here, but it went all the way up to like $50 when you could have been buying it for $2 to $3. That's more than a 10x. And these are these larger altcoins. Hedera, I don't think it did extremely well last bull run, but this is a solid project. I think it'll do really well this bull run. You could have been picking it up for 3 to 4 cents back here, and then got all the way up to 50 cents, but average of like 40 cents. So again, a 10x on your money. So just remember that, guys, when you see all these people talking about, oh, you're going to get a 50 or 100x out of this token, that's not the normal. 10x is about what a lot of these coins do. So you really want to start taking profits at 10x, or even on the way up to 10x. You can always leave some in case it does better, but I wouldn't count on it. I got burned so many times listening to all these moon boys on YouTube and Twitter and stuff saying, oh, this token's going to go to the moon. It's going to do, $500, and the token only did 75. So you got to be really careful. Sandbox is one that did really well. It's probably going to do well again this time. It hasn't had a huge, gains recently, so it's a good time to buy this. But it's right around the same accumulation prices as what it was before, 20 to 40 cents. You had back here in 2021, you could have bought it for 4 cents and sold at $7. I mean, that's over 100x on your money. And that stuff can happen, but that's not the normal. Some of these bigger metaverse and gaming tokens could do this, but you just don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know what the market cap was back here, but it's probably pretty low. Right now, you're seeing it at 50 to 60 cents. And if you're accumulating now, this could, do let's say it does a 4x from $5 and hits, $20 this next bull run. So that's an easy, more than 20x, probably a 30x on your money. Decentraland, man, I had actually 50,000 of these tokens last bull run, but I was stupid, and I bought them. I think I bought them right around here, back in this. I think I bought them around a little over $1. Then it got up to $1.40, and then it crashed down, and I sold because I was new to the market and I was scared of what it was going to do. I sold here thinking that I actually sold around, I think, like 70, 80 cents or something like that, because I thought it was going to crash down back down to like 8 cents or something. And then the metaverse tokens started popping off. If I would have just held on to them, I would have had like over $200,000 instead of like 50 grand. So I had 50,000 of these. So you live and learn. You just never know. I was new to crypto at the time, and I was scared. But now, you can be picking up mana for around 60 cents and hit $4 to $5 last time. It could probably hit, $15, $20 this next one. You just don't know for sure how well it's going to do. But if it hits, let's say it hits $10, that's still a 20x on your money. And so some of these are going to be a really good play for you in the next bull run. I'm not saying to buy any of these. I'm just saying that this is what I'm looking at and how I'm going to try to play this game. And there's a lot of other ones. I think Medicaid is a small, it's a small cap. We can take a look at that one. I think this one is going to do really well, and I think it could be like the sandbox for last bull run. Right now, today we are seeing a price increase on it. It's up to 3.5 cents. It's up 35% on the day. 3.8 it just jumped up. And this one I went pretty heavy in because the team is really solid, and they are. I mean, it's less than 10% of my total bag, but it's close to one of the bigger amounts of tokens that I hold. I think about 8% of my portfolio right now. I'm not going to put any more into it because I got it at the pre-sale price, and right after the pre-sale price, I think my average is around 1.5 to 1.5 cents on it. And so right now I'm up actually over 100% on this, but I'm not selling this one because it's still a really low market cap. And the reason this one's pumping is because they've got a exchange listing for MEXC this, I think, in the next couple days here or something. But I think it's gonna do really well. We got just back in here where I was buying a few weeks ago and accumulating a bunch of this, and I'm staking my tokens. The pre-salers were able to stake their tokens for 40%. I already did a video on this one. But this project is really solid, and I think it's going to do very well. So this might be a good play for some of you out there who are looking for something. I wouldn't buy it until maybe we're probably going to get some resistance around this 4-cent level, and it may come back down to 2.5 cents. If it does, it's be a good time to buy and just kind of watch this one for a little bit. It may or may not, with the MEXC listing, it may stay above 3 cents. But either way, I think it's probably going to do 50 cents to $1 pretty easily in the next bull run. That's not a guarantee, but that might be one that you might want to start putting a little bit of money into. I wouldn't go huge into this because it's a smaller cap token. But these are kind of the plays that I'm looking at, guys. Otherwise, what else are you going to do? I mean, you're going to stick your money in stocks and then maybe get a 10 to 15% maximum return on your money, unless you're really good at playing the stock market. I got burned playing the stock market with putting in money into a lot of the projects that are basically tech stocks. And when I was putting into them, and then they just crashed back down back in 2021 and 2022, they've been crashing. So I'm trying to play the crypto game for the next bull run, and I'm going to sell my tokens on the way up. And hopefully everything does well. Obviously, there's no guarantees on any of this. This is just the game that I'm going to try to play. And I encourage you to try to get some extra money, to stick some money into something that you think is going to be good for your investment. Because, we saw a $3 trillion market cap total last time. Bitcoin got over $1 billion market cap. It wouldn't surprise me if we've seen 5 billion total market cap for crypto this next bull run or higher. But just think of all that money. If those tokens did that well in the last bull run with just a $3 billion market cap, imagine how well some of these are going to do if it hits 5 billion. A lot of these metaverse and gaming coins, they're predicting about $13 trillion to go into metaverse in the next 6-7 years by 2030. So a lot of money is going to be flooding into these. But this is what I got for today. If you want to let me know what you think of the video, please leave comments in the video below and like and subscribe. It helps with the algorithm. I'm going to start a Telegram so we can start a community together to try to support each other, and I'll help out people as much as I can. I know a lot of people are getting in that just don't know what they're doing. I want to make sure that you're safe. I want to make sure that you know what you're doing and try not to do some of these riskier plays. And I'll try to help you out as much as I can. That's all I got for today, guys. I appreciate it. Thanks, and have a good one.
I grew up in a place where they told you what to chase, told you how to run the race. Every move was on the page, but I didn't like their way. Had to fight and misbehave, had to find a way to change, had to leave to find my way. Caught up in a daydream, I beat my mind up there almost daily. It's how I pass time, no opinions safely. It's how I understand what I want in this place, see. Cause everybody wanna tell you bad things, what could go wrong, what fame brings. But success is a finicky thing, and if you ain't sure, no, it'll never be.